Hello, hello. It's Alicia with Quick and Delish. Yay, microphone. Here we are. It's July, mid-July almost, not quite. We're still chilling out, pandemic-wise. And I wanted to show you two super easy salads. A couple weeks ago I posted a Samosa Inspired Potato Salad, but I knew I could do better in terms of saving some carbs. Because when we think of samosas, we think of an outer wrapping that's also fried. And then the inside has this delicious filling of potatoes and peas and curry powder and other Indian spices that are delicious. And so there's 3 carbohydrates in that one little fried package. And so my potato salad was roasted potatoes with peas, frozen peas that I just warmed up, and you could use fresh peas because they're in season right now. I just didn't have any on hand, and I always have frozen peas. And so I made this delicious potato salad with lemon and lime juice and some more Indian spices. But I was thinking about how the carbohydrates, those starches and the whole grains, they add up really quickly. And so if you're gonna have like dessert or something like that, it's really good to be mindful of where the carbs are coming from. So I went ahead and roasted a head of cauliflower because cauliflower seems to be everywhere. There's even cauliflower, as in like F-L-O-U-R. So flour made from cauliflower to make like baked goods. So I've yet to experiment with that flour, but we'll see what happens. So I was going to make a potato salad substitute with the cauliflower. So I have roasted cauliflower with curry powder, salt, pepper, and oil. And I'm going to go ahead and add that to the bowl. And I'm going to add some, this was a whole large head. I'm just going to use half of it for now. I want to use the rest of the cauliflower maybe to make scrambled eggs or something different. It's nice to have more options with similar ingredients so you don't get sick of eating the same thing. Okay, I'm doing maybe 1/3 of the peas that I heated up. And I just sauteed these with salt, pepper, and a little bit of oil. What was I going to do? Some lemon juice and lime juice. I'm doing the lime juice first. Lemon juice. I'm just using my hand. I could use a spoon if I wanted to make sure that I get all the goodness. All the goodness. Oh my goodness. And then what's tricky is this lemon has like a ton of seeds in it. So you want to make sure not to get the seeds because lemon seeds really don't taste very good. So I just strained like 3 seeds out. Here's my towel. All right, what do I have here? I was also going to add some mint. I wanted to get some cilantro, but the cilantro didn't look good in the grocery store today. So I skipped that and went with some mint because I really like a fresh mint tea or hot mint tea, depending on if it's hot or cold in San Francisco. In the summer in San Francisco, it can be quite chilly, and so it's nice to have options, hot and cold. So I'm going to put a little bit of fresh mint in there. Cilantro would have been awesome. We're going with the Indian theme. Some sort of tamarind would be good, or some raisins perhaps, or grapes. Grapes, ooh, crunchy and sweet. Okay, so I'm gonna add, I know it needs a little bit more curry powder, so added another teaspoon of curry powder. Actually, that was garam masala, just kidding. That's the darker one. So a teaspoon of garam masala. I'm gonna go for a 1/2 teaspoon of curry powder. And then another 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. So this is more of a vegetable kind of salad. And you know, you can add some olive oil to this if you want. But I feel like between the oil that I used to saute the peas and the cauliflower, I think we're good. And there we have it. I'm gonna taste it. Yummy. Here you go. Roasted cauliflower with peas, inspired by Samosa. So that's a wonderful salad. So the second salad I wanted to show you, which is one of my all-time favorites, and one of my all-time favorites in terms of a coleslaw. So I'm not a huge fan of mayonnaise. I think I've said that before. It's just the way I grew up. My mom didn't give me mayonnaise. She didn't like mayonnaise. We didn't eat mayonnaise. Maybe once in a while we'd have it in the house, but I can't remember what it's used for. I don't know. Maybe tuna salad or something like that. When I make egg salad, like this afternoon I had egg salad for lunch, and I put some scallions in it, some celery, and then some Dijon mustard, salt, pepper, and it was delicious. If I had some, yeah, sometimes I put tapenade in it, depending on how I feel. Okay, so I wanted to show you, I roasted some garlic in this package, this aluminum foil pouch. And one of the grocery stores I go to, it's like a local market, they have peeled garlic, and it's the freshest peeled garlic out there. And they use Christopher Ranch's garlic, and they just, they get large containers and then they pour it into smaller bags. And so then you just get cloves peeled. And you can see how old the cloves are because it's just in a plastic bag. Sometimes when you buy peeled garlic, you get like these Cryovac packages, and they usually aren't very fresh in my experience. And so these looked so good, so I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna make some roasted garlic. And so I'm gonna add a little bit of roasted garlic to my take on coleslaw, Mexican style coleslaw. And so I have, in this bowl right here, I have approximately 2.5 cloves of the roasted garlic. And I'm leaving the skins in, like the skins of, like the outside of the garlic caramelized. So I'm gonna leave that in there. One thing I need to grab is some red wine vinegar, which I didn't make it in. Red wine vinegar, yay. I'm going to show you how I take this coleslaw and turn it into something that's going to be my dinner tonight. So that's pretty cool. I love making something super simple and then just like taking it another level and turning it into a meal, or reusing it in a different way. Okay, so I have 2-ish cloves of roasted garlic, and I'm just going to make the dressing here. I usually just dump everything in a salad bowl and then mix it, but today, because I have the roasted garlic, I'm gonna mix the dressing together, because I think it'll make it, it'll coat the veggies better, more thoroughly. Okay, I just put a pinch of salt, sea salt, freshly ground pepper, 1 teaspoon of red wine vinegar. This is my favorite all-time, Lestranel from Spain. I'm gonna do half and half, 50-50. 1 teaspoon of olive oil, extra virgin for salads, and 1 teaspoon of red wine vinegar. So I'm putting about 1.5 cups of red cabbage in here. And I want to show you like the reason why red cabbage, or cabbage in general, green, red, Savoy cabbage is another green variety. And there's a bunch of different varieties. There's even a variety that's specific for sauerkraut. It's so cool. Napa cabbage also, super fun. But purple cabbage or red cabbage is the only one that is super gorgeous to me. The rest of them are green, I think. But maybe somewhere far away, they have different colored cabbages. But cabbage is super fun because it's really hearty, and there's more chewing involved, and sometimes in order to feel full after eating, you want to have enough fiber. So enough fiber from vegetables and enough fiber from your whole grains and starchy vegetables. And so the reason why cabbage lasts so long is because it's like airtight in these little crevices. And so I'm going to Make sure this is dry before I put it in a Ziploc bag and, you know, airtight. And sometimes I even wrap like celery or cabbage in aluminum foil to keep it extra cold. And then it'll last a long time. So that's really cool. I am going to put some more mint in this salad. So the basic recipe for the Mexican inspired coleslaw is red cabbage, shredded carrots, not quite 50-50 cabbage to carrots, yeah, lime. I'm a huge fan of lime. I want to get t-shirts made. Let's say just something silly like just lime me or a squeeze of lime. All you need in life is a squeeze of lime, or that's all I need is a squeeze of lime. Squeeze me lime. I don't know. Just making stuff up over here, having fun during the pandemic when possible. Okay, what else? I have salt, pepper. Okay, I'm gonna keep this super simple. Okay. It's funny, sometimes I think I'm thinly slicing the cabbage, and it turns out I could have sliced it a little bit more thinly. I also prefer using larger bowls, but I was trying to use a shorter bowl, like a more shallow bowl, so that you could see. And I'm not sure if I achieved that goal. Okay, so I bought shredded carrots because their whole carrots didn't look good. They looked like super dry and old, and so the shredded carrots looked better. So I have not quite 50, I don't know, I think I put like 1.25 cups carrots, and then 1 3/4 cups of this red cabbage. Okay, so cumin, salt, pepper, red wine vinegar, and olive oil. I've also used sherry vinegar or cider vinegar. Put some lime juice in there. Pomegranate seeds would be bomb. A little crunchy sweetness. Apple would be delish. Ooh, fuyu persimmon. Fuyu persimmon. Would be fantastic in the fall. Crunchy deliciousness. Green apple, you know, like we want to choose like fruits and vegetables that have different colors that pop here. Okay, so the only thing that I added that was kind of different was I added mint. I usually add cilantro. Cilantro didn't look good in the grocery store. And I used some roasted garlic. Okay, so I should probably taste this. So I'm going to show you how I take this super simple, easy, delicious salad. And this is something that you could eat the next day, because not all salads you want to eat the next day, especially salads that have lettuces in them. So good. Okay, so the good news is the roasted garlic is just subtle. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this salad, which it's too much for me to eat for dinner. So I'm going to have the rest of it for breakfast or lunch tomorrow, or dinner. Okay, so I'm going to put the reasonable amount of food that I'm going to actually eat tonight. It's good to think about these things. After I film this video, that's when I'm eating dinner. And then I'm going to add some black beans. And then earlier today, I cooked some chicken. I'm just going to put a couple pieces of chicken for fun. for a little, I like variety in my protein. So instead of having only chicken, I'm having black beans for some of my protein, which is super fun. What else am I gonna add in here? Well, because the black beans and the chicken are not dressed. Oh, I have some roasted broccoli that I need to finish eating. And I can't commit to eating all of this because it's already like super fibrous salad. I know I probably need some more lime juice. Agree with me. I'll put this in my water. And then maybe a little bit of cumin. I did add a little bit of cumin, and I don't think it needs salt. I'm gonna do some black pepper. And then a tiny bit of olive oil. I even have some avocado if I want to. So I just want to taste a little bit with the black beans. I need to work on my salad tossing skills with the 2 forks. I usually just toss a salad in a larger bowl, and so that's why I look like I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, this is my dinner. Voila! So Mexican inspired coleslaw, red cabbage, carrots, shredded carrots. You shred them yourself, you grate them. Oh, I'm a big fan of grating carrots because they're a little bit smaller than shredded carrots are. I like smaller pieces of carrot. Scallion would be good in here. Ooh, even let's just do it for fun, for color. I'm gonna add some peas. What? Because peas are like polka dots. Polka dots. Okay, peas also add sweetness, which I'm a huge fan of making sure that you incorporate sweetness in the foods that you eat. Because in theory, this is my theory at least, if you incorporate sweetness in your foods, like apple or fuyu persimmon, fuyu, or grapes, raisins, some sort of sweetness would be fantastic in the salad to give you that sweet note that you want, because then you satisfy the need for something sweet in your meal, and then maybe, just maybe, you might not want to have dessert later, just because you are satisfied from the super healthy, balanced meal with the protein, the carbohydrate with energy and fiber, as well as your veggies. I'm covered. And I could add avocado, but I had avocado earlier today already, and I'll have some tomorrow. Cool. Well, I hope you enjoyed learning these 2 recipes. I know I sort of just assembled a couple of recipes, but sometimes I like just showing you like options. Like you could certainly add some fennel. Fennel is one of my favorite vegetables. I have a lot of favorite vegetables though, so it's not like I only have like the top 5. You know, I like a lot of vegetables, so. So there's just so many ways you could go about having this salad. Sky's the limit. Use different beans, different lentils, you know, scallops, shrimp, or crab, or salmon. What you got? Even some ground turkey. You got some ground turkey in there, and put that in there. No big deal. Okay, well, that's it from me today. Look forward to seeing you again, and comment below if you enjoyed these ideas for salads and how you will take my ideas and run with them. Think of a template, think of a recipe as a template for numerous recipes in the future, and stay tuned for an update on my e-cookbook that I'm working on. And I will also, in my next video, I'll tell you more about how you can get on my email list to hear about the updates of my e-cookbook, and then get the sneak peek into my e-cookbook, which is a good sneak peek. Like, it's not just like a 1-pager, it's like a pretty hearty sneak peek. Well, cool. Hope all is well, and let's do the best we can during this time while we're laying low and nourishing ourselves during this pandemic. with all the love in the world. Good night.